When you work out, you're only doing it for 4% of your day, but it shifts and transforms the other 96% of your day. If you start the day, win the day with a workout, with positive mindset, it's going to flow through everything that you do. And discipline is not being cruel to yourself. It's actually giving yourself a gift. Either you are running the day or the day is running you. You can never out train your diet, and abs are really made in the kitchen.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Ask the Experts podcast, where we dive into leaders who are creating an impact in their industry. And Jennifer Nicole Lee, our guest today, she is a real estate investor who's creating an impact. Jennifer Nicole Lee is a professional IFBB Pro athlete. She is a powerhouse Miami real estate investor and 19 times best-selling author. Jennifer Nicole Lee combines peak athletic discipline and sharp business acumen, making her one of the most dynamic forces in fitness and real estate today. Get ready for insights from an iconic trailblazer. Jennifer Nicole
Wow,
Lee,
what a great
welcome to the
interview.
show.
I just had to just chime in. What a great introduction. My heart is full, and those compliments didn't go to my head, they went to my heart. And just to know that we're here together, joining our lights, and I'm honored. I'm just really excited to be back on Ask the Expert podcast. Alka Sharma, you are amazing. Thank you.
All right, so let's get started. You have excelled as an IFB Pro athlete, and And also, as a powerhouse real estate investor, can you share with us how has the competitive fitness, the mindset, how has that helped in your journey today and vice versa, whether it's the stage to a real estate negotiations? Just share with us how is the mindset?
Well, that is a great question. Thank you, Alka Sharma. And everyone listening, it's such a pleasure to be here and to motivate you, inspire you. And I just want to say that if you start the day, win the day with a workout, with positive mindset, it's going to flow through everything that you do. So here is actually a photo from me winning last July 2025 IFBB Pro title, which it took actually over 2 decades in the making to achieve that, building up the mature muscle mass, the posing, the workouts. And when you have the discipline and that DNA strand of excellence and always never giving up and going further than most people want to or even dare to, you know that if you succeed in a very challenging sport, you're going to take those traits and also succeed in business as an entrepreneur, as an expert, and for your case as a branding and marketing expert, and then continue to expand. You have to be disciplined, and discipline is not being cruel to yourself. It's actually giving yourself a gift. When you're disciplined with your time, you're showing yourself self-respect. Same thing as it does in business. And you know this with time management. Either you are running the day or the day is running you. So I urge everyone out there, what do you need to do to really be that business athlete? Combine them both. Eat like an athlete, train like an athlete, but also think like one and run your business like one. Because if you're not, it's going to be running you. So that's my advice. If you're accomplishing something in a sport, you're going to take that also into your business. And I know you can agree with this, Alka. A lot of times you interview these very powerful and prolific people on your podcast, and they are athletes, whether they're marathon runners or competitors, or you with your fitness background, owning a studio and ballroom dancing. And when you have that zest and passion for life and moving your body, that motion creates emotion. And then you have that momentum that is maintained because you're getting results. One hand washes the other. And as I close up this answer, when you work out, you're only doing it for 4% of your day, but it shifts and transforms the other 96% of your day. You feel more in charge. You feel more like a problem solver, and that nothing can stop you. And that's what really the gift of fitness can give to anyone, not just a fitness competitor like myself, but to anyone.
Absolutely. It's how you do one thing, you do everything. And it just encompasses the fitness, the routine that you go through, and also nutrition. Nutrition has to
Absolutely.
be the key when it comes to the
Absolutely.
competition.
Absolutely. And I like to add to that, you can never out train your diet, and abs are really made in the kitchen, as I like to say. And you are what you eat. So make sure that you're eating whole foods. If man made it, don't eat it, and enjoy every bite. Get as clean as you can. Stay away from a lot of heavy sauces and creams and butters, and healthy fats, of course, for your brain power. We need that as entrepreneurs and business owners and CEOs. But yes, so true. Nutrition is essential. Make sure that you're getting enough protein. And if you're running a fast-paced life like Alka Sharma or myself or anyone else, amazing person that she interviews on her podcast, a quick protein shake, mix it with water, drink it, your go. You're getting your 20 to 30 grams of protein, your vitamins, and your minerals, and it's one and done. So a really great question. Absolutely.
As a 19 times best-selling author, you're just amazing, Jennifer. You're
Well,
just
thank you.
multifaceted. You're
There's the
multifaceted.
19th book with Alka Sharma. Yes.
Exactly. So, as a 19 times best-selling author, what is the one leadership principle you believe is missing in leaders today in self-help literature?
Mm. I love that. I really feel that a lot of self help leaders are more preaching from the pulpit. They have this holier than thou energy where it's almost condescending, like, I know better than you. But when I was doing a lot of power coaching and I taught online for many years and did a lot of workshops and seminars, I always lead from the back. I'm doing the work right along with my colleagues. I'm getting my hands dirty, rolling up my sleeves. So, leaders, don't be afraid to get back in the trenches. Some of the most successful people started at the bottom, sweeping the floors, and now they're in the corner suite. I still have that strong strand in my business acumen where I'm not afraid to do the work. It's not beneath me. It actually is a great team builder, and you build a camaraderie, and you also have the stickability of your staff and your team. People will be loyal to you if they see that you're not better than them and that you are just right alongside them, teaching them, guiding them, showing them, and enjoying the work. There's a part of my appetite that is satiated when I work. I feel accomplished, and I feel that I am being effective and efficient, and that fills my spirit. It's so much more than what money can give, and it's something that you're giving to yourself, but also your entire team, and it's a ripple effect. So I urge leaders out there, get out of the chair and get back into the trenches, be one with your team, and your team spirit will rise. Being a power coach, you know this, Galka, how important is that team spirit and feeling that you're part of something greater than yourself and helping so many along the way. So that's my advice, and just get back into that the grit of the grind and enjoy the journey.
And I totally agree with that, Jennifer. I'm going to tag along with that because when you do
Mhm.
so as a leader, you become more humble, and as you
Yes.
get down to, the dirty, as they
Hmm.
say.
Hmm.
But when
Hmm.
you're one with your team, when you're one with individuals, it makes
Yep.
them feel more appreciative. It's not that
Yes.
you're, like you said, you're holier than thou, but
Hmm.
you want
Hmm.
to be equal. And when you're on an equal footing,
Absolutely.
isn't that the most amazing thing that can happen?
It is.
You're building a
It is. It
culture and
is.
a
And I would,
community.
yeah,
Hmm?
yeah. The culture and the community. And I agree with you. And, we can easily, as leaders, put ourselves on a pedestal. But what is really nice is when your colleagues say, you know what, you're such a great leader. We want to raise you up. You help us. You make us feel like we're seen, heard, loved, and that we're more than enough, and that you show us the way. You're teaching us, not just saying you didn't know how to do it and reprimanding them. So I agree with you. It's so important. The culture, the community, and really like you're a family. You're gonna have to work with these people. So make sure that you have respect for them and vice versa.
So true. Having that respect, being one, and the community. That says everything. And it's like a family. When you build that, it's like a family. So let's talk about many entrepreneurs do struggle when it comes to their health and wealth. What fuels your daily routine? Talk through as your daily routine. What does that look like, and how? Yeah,
Yes,
inspire
absolutely.
us.
Yeah, absolutely. I always say if you win the morning, you win the day, but your morning starts the night before. So always religiously, I have a 9 time routine where you have a lot of energy. I have a lot of energy, but for me, I have to really kind of wind down at night. So I have a warm Epsom salt bath, little chamomile tea, make sure everything is more calm and tranquil, and start bringing down my energy, just like I get myself up in the morning. So I really have to work on calming my mind, writing my to-do list before setting up my office and workspace and my list of what do I need to attack in the morning. Put it on paper, write it down so it's not going all in your head. Make sure you have good sleep hygiene. Sleep like a baby. I've trained myself to sleep very well. And if you don't sleep good, you can retrain yourself to sleep well. And it's so important because that's when you're rehabbing your brain, your body, and resting your mind. So you can jump out of bed with that get up and go energy. So in the morning, then I have a focused morning where workout first thing, get that blood pumping, release the dopamine, and feel positive. Tell yourself those positive affirmations that you're going to have a great day, and what you talk about, you bring about, right?
Right.
So always
Exactly.
wake up on the right side of the bed by working out and eating a good breakfast, and then attack work and enjoy it. Enjoy what you are cultivating, what you're harvesting, the seeds that you're planting. And I just want to say, not to toot your horn, but toot Alka Sharma. We wrote this book, and this book really is a great blueprint talking about a lot of things that we're talking about now, such as you can be so wealthy but not healthy, or you could be extremely healthy but not wealthy. This book is the blueprint that's going to help you balance and get the best of both worlds. So check it out. It's really a bestseller. And thank you, Alka, for lending your voice to this amazing literary work. So it has changed so many lives.
Absolutely. Well, I'm equally just honored to co-author with you, Jennifer. It's just been
Yes.
just amazing, just a dream to collaborate with you on this book. So it totally is just changing lives. And so let's talk about as a powerhouse real estate investor. Now, Miami is notoriously as a competitive market.
Yeah.
What are the unconventional strategies that you use to boost the market?
Oh, I love that. That's such a great question. And I moved to Miami in 1998, and I believed in Miami before the big billionaire migration, the multimillionaire move in, and all the industry giants now moving here, like Howard Schultz, billionaire of Starbucks, also Jeff Bezos of Amazon, and also Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook and Meta. We see a lot of these industry giants moving here and choosing to move here because of so many reasons. Too long of a list. Of course, the weather and the business friendly atmosphere. But when I moved here in 1998, I saw the vision of Miami before anyone did. And a lot of people said, oh, don't move there. It's dangerous and all these weird things. But it was only good for me. And I see that with the real estate now, people also realize we have to work. You might as well live where people vacation. And we're just getting a lot of migration here. And I see that there's a chance now to invest, but you have to have the long term play. Like there's a neighborhood called Alapata, which is like now the up and coming Wynwood. Wynwood is now established. It has the already existing arts and entertainment and food and events and so many things going on there from concerts. But the Alapata is the future, say, of Wynwood. So get in now while you can. People might be a little bit hesitant because you feel like you're taking a risk because you can't see the vision. But before you know it, it's going to be 2030 and then 2035. And you're going to look back and say, ah, I should have bought that commercial lot. I should have bought that commercial building. I should have bought that apartment building. And before people kind of caught wind that it was worth something. So take calculated risks and make sure you also are having a good team of advisors around you, people that have already done it before, know what they're doing, because you can actually lose a lot in real estate investing. But so make sure you know what you're doing and have a great team of advisors, and also look where other people are not looking, such in other those little niche neighborhoods that are up and coming.
Absolutely, and doing your due diligence as well
Yes,
will
absolutely.
help as well. Yes, and
Mhm.
let's talk about also how do you prepare for high fitness and real estate when it comes to investment? They go hand in hand. So
Yep.
how do you prepare for high pressure,
Yes.
deal
Yes.
negotiation, whereas
Hmm.
competing on
Yeah.
stage?
Oh, that's such a great question. I think it goes down to mindset. You have to have relentless, tough mindset. You have to have that undominable will. You have to see it, believe it, and be ready to achieve it. When you have tough
Mhm.
negotiation over real estate and you're trying to outbid someone else that is putting another offer in on a piece of real estate that your client wants or that you want, you have to really believe in yourself. Talk like an expert, know what you're talking about. And also that goes with fitness. You got to know what you're doing. You don't just throw spaghetti against the wall and hope it sticks. You don't be running marathons if you want to have a rock hard body. You're going to want to lift weights instead, but you don't want to overtrain as well. I always say it's like a delicate balance between knowing what to do and not what to do. Like being on that little tightrope. Same thing with business. And you can lose your shirt in business and you could get lose everything in fitness too. You have to be like, oh, I don't want to eat that. I already made a commitment to myself that even though it's my birthday, and I remember last year you came, we went to 88 Brickell, we went to so many different luxury real estate places, and it
I
was around my
do.
birthday, but I was getting ready for my big show and I couldn't really eat, the cake that I wanted, but you just work through it. It's not going to last forever. So I would say the same way you approach, say, fitness with that strict discipline, the same way you approach investing, with that strict discipline. Know your numbers, know what's going to make a profit, and really be smart about it.
Hmm. Absolutely, be smart and
Mhm.
discipline is everything, just like mindset.
Yes.
You have the mindset for one approach, it translates to every other part of your life. How do you define success today as opposed to when you started your amazing career? What was the path? What does that look like? So, how do you
Yeah.
define success today and success that you have in your every
Yes. Yes.
accomplishment in your
Yeah.
life today?
By the way, great questions. You always have the best questions on Ask the Expert. You're such a great interviewer, and I love how you make your guests really introspect and reflect and think. So I would say how I would define success back in the day is like, magazine covers and
Mm,
outward awards where people can really see that I'm winning and succeeding and overachieving and a cut above the rest and kind of get that validation because you're new and you want people to say, hey, I'm tough, I'm thick skinned, I have, nerves of steel. Nothing can shake me. I'm here to win. And now that has evolved to success is, quiet time with my family, seeing my sons being accomplished and knowing that me being a woman of excellence has helped them be men of excellence and knowing that I'm helping other people along the way. It's not so selfish. It's not so self-centered. It's about giving back. Giving back is giving is the new receiving. And I just want to toot your horn. Alka is very humble and together we've been able to help so many different charities and giving back, and I want to say thank you for being an angel, and doing it quietly with such class so we can give it and pay it forward. And I just want to toot your horn on that. But to wrap up my question, success is helping other people along the journey. And a lot of people give to charities and they brag about it and they do it to boost their ego, and that's the wrong angle. You got to do it quietly with respect for those that you're helping, and because it's really your higher power and your maker is watching you. So I just want to say that's the real success, helping others, whether it's monetary wise, a compliment wise, helping them with your time and energy, coaching them, and just that's the real success. So I hope I answer your question.
yes, you did. That's amazing. And as a philanthropist, you
Hmm.
do feel good when you give back
Yes,
to your community. You feel good, absolutely,
yes,
100%.
yes,
How
yes.
have you built success in every sector of your life? Fitness, real estate, as an author. How has that transcended from one
Yes.
area to the other? Share with us, how is that approach that you have taken
Yes. Hmm.
has shaped your journey today?
Wow, that is such a beautiful question. And you said something earlier on in this podcast, and I want to take a page out of your winning success book where how you do one thing is how you do everything. And I think that is so true. And that's the holistic approach where you want to be a person of excellence in business, in relationships, in self-respect, self-discipline, nutrition, working out, self-care, your sleep hygiene, your reputation, your reputation. You can buy all the Facebook ads in the world. You can buy all the different, internet ads and the PPC ads. But at the end of the day, your reputation speaks for itself and it speaks volumes. And it's what one person says about you when you leave a room. That's what you really want. So you've got to be on time, be punctual, always say positive things, stay out of the negative vibrations, the low vibrations, don't gossip. I get pulled into so many gossip situations. I don't even engage in it because I know it goes nowhere and it's a waste of my time and it's a waste of their
Mhm.
time. I always say positive things. And just like, the old adage is, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. So I'm always on that vibration of love or above. And it's so true. What you put out comes back to you tenfold. I've seen so many supernatural divine interventions of blessings of the right people, the right time. And I want to say, Alka, you coming into my life was a true blessing. And to know that our vibration, what we talk about, what we bring about, what we practice, what the type of content we put out attracts that right high caliber person. So I rather have a very just handful of high caliber people around me that are also matching my energy, which is discipline, respect, always pushing myself to do better, to learn more, to earn more, and going to the next level.
Exactly. And I could not agree with you more. Attracting the right caliber of people
Yes.
really goes a
Yes.
long way. And I'm just like you, I don't attract, I attract the high quality individuals
Yes.
that come into my life. And that's what we want, just a high quality.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're
Your
very refined. You're refined and sophisticated. Queen Alka.
exactly. Your final question, Jennifer.
Yep. Okay.
Listeners who want to emulate your success with every
Yes.
accomplishment you have and you've had, and you are going forward, you are just
Hmm.
achieving tremendously. So we are so proud of you. I just want to
Thank
congratulate you,
you.
first of all, Jennifer, for
Thank you.
every endeavor that you have attempted as an IFBB Pro athlete. Come on, that is just incredible. Just watching you
Thank
last
you.
year was just amazing.
Oh, thank
And
you so
so I
much.
just wanted to take this time to congratulate you for every success that you've had as an athlete, as a powerhouse real estate investor. It's just been an incredible journey. So, listeners who want to emulate your success, what would be the one advice you can share with our listeners
Mm,
that can
so good.
inspire them today to take that one action immediately?
I love that. You've got to push past the comfortable feeling. And I want to say, people might say, oh, Jennifer Nicole Lee, she lives in lap of luxury. She has nice things around her. She has an easy life. Actually, on the contrary, I really push myself
Mhm.
aggressively. I'm very alpha energy. I'm never on the defensive. I'm on the offensive. What can I create? Not what opportunity can I find. No, I create my own opportunities. And you have to be creative. You have to want it. You have to have this unsatiable desire to achieve more and do more, even when you get to that level. And just so everyone knows, I was raised on food stamps. My dad was never around. My mom was working 3 jobs, and I pretty much was a latchkey kid. So I know what it feels like to wear hand me downs, to kind of be shunned by society and be an outcast and not have enough money to barely get by. And it's a very lonely feeling. So I want to say, actually, that when I was living in those days, it was the hardest days of my life. But now looking back at it, it was the greatest gift that God could have given me to understand that side of the spectrum. So I understand what it is to work and to relish in your own fruits of your labor and to see that you can get out of certain situations you were born into. Even the body I was quote unquote born into, I was able to out train it and build the mature muscle mass. So no matter what you want in life, you have to do it, but it's not going to be easy. People want the fast, easy, quick. They want it now, and that's a disease. The I want it now itis is a disease. You got to get that out of your head. Alka and I, we've been here for many years, for decades upon decades, and we can say that when it comes quick, it can go even quicker. So work hard, and it might look glamorous, but it's not. Don't be afraid to get into the grind of it and to push yourself harder. So when you go to bed, you can go to bed. When you look in the mirror, you can look at the person you see and be
Mhm.
satisfied with what you've accomplished.
Absolutely. And I just want to tag on that is what do we want? Do we want the easy now or do we want the hard now? Because if you want the
Wow.
easy now, it's going
Mhm.
to be hard later. And if you want the hard now, it's going to be easy later on. So we have the
Absolutely.
perspective to choose what do we want.
Hmm.
I agree with
So
you.
beautiful. Absolutely. Now, I know we're at the end of the podcast, but I have a quick question for you. And I know all of the listeners of the Ask the Expert audience would like to know, Alka, you're a best-selling author. You are also an expert in branding and marketing, and that is so important to a business owner. And now, congratulations on your new just vertical in your luxury umbrella of expansion, AI business suite that billionaires use. You're doing demos everywhere with some of the most powerful people, heads of companies, CEOs. And I want to say congratulations to you. I was able to see it, and it is phenomenal. I urge everyone out there to reach out to Alka. I know you're very busy. Your calendar's probably already booked and you have a waiting list, but reach out to Alka and ask her for the demo, because this is something that can help you and transform your business from zero to hero like this. And I just want to say congratulations. And my question is, how do you continue to grow, expand, evolve, and to continue on this journey of excellence? And what really drives you to keep going and to never give up and just to keep outshining the past version of you to even shine even brighter?
Absolutely. And I love that question, Jennifer. First of all, thank you so much. I really appreciate those beautiful, kind words. But what drives me and what keeps me going, I could have easily, stop. Just like you could have said, I just want to stop and just enjoy my life. But no, you and I don't want to do that because we have goals. We know what we set for ourselves, for our family, and life in general. So what keeps me going is the hunger that I want to achieve and always keep on being the best version of myself. Who I was yesterday is not who I am today. And who I am today is not who I'm going to be next month or the next decade or the next year from now. We always evolve. And as entrepreneurs, Jennifer, it is so important to brand yourself, to have that brand association, to be around individuals like yourself, Jennifer, a high caliber, beautiful friend that I have gotten to know, and to be around because you feel good. When you have people around you that uplift you, that inspire you, you feel good no matter what. So my what keeps me going is to know that I am becoming the best version of myself every single day. And I don't stop because I know there's always more. When we have more, we don't want to stop.
Absolutely. And I just want to say that was such a beautiful answer. So the Oprah Winfrey Show, OWN Network, the Today Show, Good Morning America, the Drew Barrymore Show, all of the talk shows, you got to get Alka Sharma on your show. She's going to help just really just motivate and inspire your audience as you motivate, inspire me. And this has been such a joy and an honor to be on your Ask the Expert podcast. Brilliant. Thank you, Alka, so
Amazing.
much.
No, amazing. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I really appreciate your time. And no, time is the most valuable asset. So I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, Jennifer. This has been amazing.
Thank you, everyone. And until next time, live in luxury. Thank
Exactly.
you.
Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone, and being here with Jennifer Nicole Lee, the most powerful powerhouse, trailblazer icon, my good friend. Until next time, we will see you soon. Bye for now.
Everyone.